Welcome to the Senior Hour. We are sponsored by Comfort Keepers in-Home Care and Advanced Audiology. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, who will be running in here any minute on your hometown station, KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And our first guest this morning is Linda Davies, who's the Executive Director of the Domestic Violence Center of Santa Clarita Valley. And later in the hour, we will be speaking with Nola Aronson of Advanced Audiology, who's one of our sponsors. How are you doing, Linda? It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, Barbara. Nice to be here today.
Yes.
Yes.
And what are we talking about today?
Well, I mean, when you invite me on the show, I guess we're talking about domestic violence, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yes.
One of the things I always want to start out with is talking a little bit about elder abuse, and also to give the elder abuse hotline, which is 877-600-7166. So that is the elder abuse hotline. We also have a hotline at the Domestic Violence Center if somebody just wants to call in and talk with an advocate, and that number is 661-259-4357. Okay, so a lot of times when we're on here, we chat a little bit about like what seniors need to be leery of sometimes around domestic violence or around elder abuse. And one of the things is that we know that sometimes people are afraid to ask for the help that they need for fear that their caregiver may abandon them or not give them care.
That's right.
And so we just want to really know that people need to reach out and ask the questions that they need to get the help that they need, especially if it's around, say, monetary or financial abuse, where your checks are coming in and you're signing your checks over to someone, or whether or not a lot of times medication can be abused, or worried about getting somebody picking up your medication on time, getting it to you, any kind of way in which somebody can abuse you when they're home with you, caring for you. But you deserve to have a quality of life. And so that's one of the things we want to talk about, is the fact that we want to be able to reach out to you and get you the help that you need.
Exactly. And you know, holiday seasons, I think, are some of the worst times for people to be abused.
Okay. I mean, one of the things we see is I get what you're saying because of pressures and triggers from their pasts, and
Absolutely.
It's not always the happiest time for everybody, as much as we all kind of act like it is the happiest time of the year. It isn't always the happiest time of the year.
It certainly
It
isn't.
adds a lot of pressure to everybody.
Absolutely, It does.
And so that can hurt and cause people.
Yeah, it does. And well, better
We're
late
so
than
happy
never,
to
so
see
doctor.
Sometimes early, but not late.
Well,
How are you?
you're a little bit behind the time.
The wind blew me in today.
Oh, yes, it did.
Well, we're glad it did.
Whoa, and I was away over the weekend with Adele McPherson. We were in Laughlin, Nevada, and you think it's windy here? Holy Hannah. It was so windy, you had a hard time standing up, literally. It's terrible.
Is it blowing your money away, Barbara?
No.
Or was it just a little bit tipsy, Barbara?
I brought home money.
A little bit tipsy, Barbara. Oh, I kind of like that one, Jean. Yeah,
That's a good one.
That was a
That's
good one.
a good one.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, we had a good weekend, and it was pleasant. We went to visit the little town in Arizona called Oatman. It's an old gold mining town. I mean, old enough where you see the sidewalks are all wooden.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Like outside our door here.
It's unbelievable. It really is. The wooden, and you step down and step down again, and then usually in the middle of the day, a couple of times they'll have an old-fashioned shootout.
Oh, really?
The cowboys. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of fun. It really is. And going in some of those shops, oh my goodness. You look at it and you think, well, if you blow hard, everything will fall down, you know. And the hotel there is where Clark Gable and his first wife spent their honeymoon in Oatman.
Why?
Well, we can't ask them, can we?
Probably
We can't
the
around
wooden
anymore.
sidewalks.
But no, it's a very, very old town, and amazingly, everyone who has a shop there lives around in that area.
Oh.
And you see some beautiful homes on the hillside.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And then you come into this, you come around the bend and oops, it looks like an old West town. It's exactly what it looks like.
Wow.
With the wooden banisters, that they have along.
Yeah.
And mules all over the place.
Really?
Absolutely.
So how
They
long
have
is
the
it to get there from here?
It's about 5 hours.
Oh, really? So it's a
Yeah.
drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an easy drive.
Oh, okay.
And usually stop in Barstow and have some lunch, and we're there by 3, 4 o'clock. So, but it's a fascinating little town.
That's great.
Oh, it is. It really is.
And they say that about Santa Clarita, too. Very fascinating.
Fascinating. Yes.
But going back, though, Linda, to, domestic violence, I mean, we're fascinated here, but we have domestic violence here.
Yes, we do.
And, and our seniors, some of our seniors, men and women, face domestic violence, both physical and mental. And that's an alarm that should be out there that some people are not aware of.
Right. And also the other thing we touched on a little bit before you came in, is that the financial abuse also is a big deal for the elderly as well, is that seniors are sometimes their caregivers, or even sometimes, sad to say, family members may be the ones that are kind of hoarding their cash, having their checks signed over to them, and not allowing them to kind of make decisions anymore about their money. And so that can end up being abusive as well.
That is so sad. It really is, but it goes on every single day.
But don't you think, though, that our culture, though, I think at a certain point starts to make people feel like they're getting older? I mean, not even if you are getting older, but people act like I can imagine that an abuser isolates his victim, right? And he kind of convinces her she's unworthy, self-esteem-wise, not capable of certain things. Well, I imagine that somebody being able to do elder abuse, it would be easier because you'd keep talking to them about the fact that, they are getting older. Did you forget something? Are you capable still of doing something? When instead of the decline of skills, helping them continue to build their skills,
Well, you're subtracting out their confidence so that
Absolutely.
they think that they can't live without that
Absolutely.
individual.
And so it's
that's
sort
the
of
whole
like,
idea.
and that would be the same in a younger couple, but it would be very similar in a caregiving or a family dynamic
Yes.
with a senior, if they were caring for them, that could happen. And I think other people that see that around them need to be paying attention and kind of really asking questions and not allowing them to be so isolated. And that's the very sad part about, I think, for seniors as well.
Yeah, and so many times the family members are the ones who are doing it.
Yeah.
Which is so sad,
Right.
because family members, we're all family, we're all loyal, but not necessarily so.
Well, I don't think, do we understand that when our parents start to get older, or our family members get older, do we feel like we're actually helping them when we do some of that, enabling, instead of being able to say, hey, there are things that you still can do by yourself. Let me really help you master that, help you understand. Even living alone in their homes, what can they do around caring for their homes? Having somebody come and teach them how to use certain simple tools, especially if you've got a widow now in a house where maybe her spouse was the one who did a lot of the work around the house, too.
And I think what we're trying to do right now is we see a lot of our seniors, as they get older, they're being placed into institutes and facilities that are not their homes.
Right.
And the drive has to be for this community and for our nation and society to keep seniors in their homes. And we have to find a way to be able to do that without any physical or mental or financial abuse that might go on. So we have to weed out those problems and allow and find ways for seniors to stay in their home.
Right. And I'm sure Robin's been talking to you from the Senior Center about the issue of that program, Sisters in Time, that we have talked to, did a focus group on in September to find out if people wanted to share housing, because that's another idea that we're having is there a way for seniors to share housing with one another or to share housing with somebody who may be younger, who needs some stability also in their lives, but can pay half and half for those bills. And so recently the Senior Center has agreed to kind of pick up that program for us as the people that have put that program together, and to be able to kind of go forward and find different matches for roommates and case management for those people as well.
I think that's an excellent idea. It really is.
We did try this 10 years ago,
Yes.
though, and unfortunately, the timing just wasn't right.
No.
Probably the organizations weren't right at the time, but now the financial part, and there's so many things going on, and that, like I said, that drive has to be now that we're going to keep our seniors in their home. And, they're facing some options, and one of the options, they're seeing their friends go into nursing homes, and they don't want that. So they have to find the ways to be able to compromise, both financially and sometimes out of their comfort zone, to be able to stay in their home, but yet, have somebody on board to help them out and living there.
Right. Right. And that might be the ideal of this, if we were able to put something together where it would be somebody who, not necessarily to care, healthcare, we'd find healthcare, but quality of life care is really, as we always come on this show and talk about. It's really the quality of life.
That's right.
It's
exactly.
not, it's stopping the isolation, stopping the ability for people to take advantage of because somebody else is caring for a person, a senior in their home, or at least visiting with them more often or being around them more often.
That's right. And that is, quality of care is number one.
Right.
It really is.
Right.
And our seniors need that. I mean, they've lived, most of them, the majority of them have lived wonderful lives, had loved ones. Some of them have lost them, but they want to maintain that, okay, it's good to be home.
Yeah.
It's good to be home, and I'm comfortable here.
Right.
And it's very important, very, very important.
And I have some control in my life.
Right.
I think that's the
Yes.
part that's hardest, is that, losing that control in your life just hurts your self-esteem so much.
Once it is threatened, though, the problem is that they worry, and if it comes to be where they're transferred or moved out of their own home, that comfort zone, then what they're doing is they're facing many times a depression.
Right.
And they start going downhill in that whirlpool, where you don't know when it's going to end, but, it's not in the right direction. And they end up getting depressed. Their health is then affected. They end up in the hospital, and they ultimately pass away. Many of our seniors probably could live longer if they had more options prior to ending up in nursing homes. Nursing homes are not bad places for some people, but for the majority, I know they'd rather be at home. And we have to find those ways. Sisters in Time has to couple up, like you've done with the Senior Center and with I hope the city, to start putting together these programs where we can link people together to assure that one does not get moved out of their home, because that's a huge detriment. I see that day in and day out, where our seniors are moved out of that comfort zone. They lose their spouse, family members aren't close by, and boom, they're in a nursing home and they die.
That's right.
That should not happen.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
So
And
what
I
are
know
we doing
do-
about this? I guess I always get we start to go this downward spiral that we're talking about, right? So what do we feel are some of the options? So Sisters in Time is like a little drop in the bucket, right? I mean, it's an idea, a concept that if community members were to start to think about, hey, I have, a loved one who is living by herself, is there a way that we can look in getting into this program to find maybe a roommate, or to look at how we could share housing, share expenses? But I mean, at one point, Jean, I know you talked about, is there a commission here in Santa Clarita for like an elder commission or something? Are you
No.
shaking your head no?
Nope.
Do you think that would be an important thing to, I mean, it seems like somebody has to spearhead some of this, I was interested in the Sisters in Time in the beginning because a woman came to me and said, I have this great idea. I saw my sister start living with another woman in her house, and it just uplifted her because she has companionship. She has a little extra money to go do things. I want to see if I could make this happen in Santa Clarita, So then I kind of called around and got Peggy Edwards involved, and I got Diane, and then I got Robin from the Senior Center involved, and Mary Ann, I think, from the Senior Center, or Mary Jane. I'm always confused.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
So sorry. And so we've been meeting for almost a year now around this, and we were able to get people to come in and say what the obstacles were, but mostly what were the benefits of it. And there was a whole lot more benefits for people. But there needs to be somebody, because when I got involved because I thought of domestic violence clients who were removed from their domestic violence but may need to find affordable housing, may have children. What about a family system where somebody's kind of like they get a grandmother at the same time,
That's
and
right.
also somebody
That's
who
right.
has some words of wisdom for parenting. And so we thought that this might be a nice match. We didn't have as many of our clients come forward to those focus groups. It seemed like right now the group that was most interested was seniors with seniors. That's really what we saw. So those were some of the things that we had talked about when we met. But it does need to have, we need to have somebody kind of focusing on those real issues for our city with so many people aging. And how do we get that going, Gene? Come on.
And we have attempted to do this, to have the city have oversight over all of this. It has not happened yet. 11 months from now, there will be an election here, and I'm looking for those candidates who 3 seats out of the 5 seats will be up for election. And I'm looking for those candidates who are either incumbents or are thinking of running, who are also thinking about the possibility that we will have the city institute a Department of Aging. And Barbara and I have talked about this
many times.
multiple number of times on this show and other places. We have to have a Department of Aging, as many other cities have a Department of Aging.
Right, they do.
Yes.
And I think the estimate was that, we've had some financial look into this, and it's going to cost about $1.3 million to institute it, to have that department, to put the people in the places. And, but what we need is there's a phone number, Department of Aging. You call it in City Hall. You have people there who are on their computers, and you have referral systems. You have things set up for all our seniors, from health care to emotional care to financial care to all of that. All of that will end up being in one place, and we can refer out from there. I don't think it's a hard thing to do, because we're not reinventing the wheel.
Right.
Other cities around the country have this. Why not do it here in Santa Clarita? We need to be known as a senior-friendly community, and I think we need to be known as a senior-friendly city. And those candidates who are thinking of running, and I hope they're listening to our show, will take it to heart and say, this is what we have to do, and we're going to start putting that out there. And these questions need to be asked. And last election, all they talked about was changing the dance floor over at the senior center, and that it was worn out. I mean, that's fine to give the seniors a dance floor, but how about a platform for them to live on?
Absolutely.
So, we need to start, I think this is where it belongs. It belongs in the hands sometimes of government, and we all know that government sometimes doesn't work that great, and sometimes it does. But, we're a small city, and I think with a good city council that will put this forward. And I think the 2 candidates that are not running would be highly in favor of this. And, our mayor and Bob Keller, I think those 2 would be perfect people to say, let's move forward with this. And you put 3 candidates on, whether they, like I said, be incumbents or not. Let them start putting this together and look at the models that are out there and roll it out. And we'll roll it out onto a new dance floor at the senior center with a new project that will as well take care of our seniors in the community and find them housing.
Right, absolutely.
So
And affordable housing.
Affordable housing.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Because so many seniors don't have a lot of money.
Right.
And in today's housing prices, rentals are out of sight. Absolutely out of sight. And it's such a shame. But there we go again. If we can get a couple of seniors partnered
Right.
to live together, and that would be, like you said, Linda, It would be a perfect situation.
It would be. It would be.
Really would. I think we
So
need to
that's our
start
goal.
with
And
that.
it's,
Yes.
it's a small little start, but it's a start. So
But it's grassroots, Linda.
that's right.
And
That's
this is who we are in the city of Santa Clarita. We are grassroots. And make no mistake, we can do this.
Right.
We just have to find the people who want to get on board and move it forward.
Right. Right.
So let's look for them.
Okay.
I think sisters in times and brothers in time.
Yeah, eventually
whoever's
brothers
out
in
there,
time, we'll get there.
Whoever's out there who are listening, give us a call here because we'll be happy to put you on board and get the ball rolling.
And I think
Yes.
actually at the senior center now, Robin is taking calls too for people that might be interested in the shared housing. We're putting that together, so that's also another option. But before I leave, because I know that you have another guest that's going to be coming on, I wanted to give the 2 hotline numbers. I wanted to give you the elder care hotline number again, and that's just in case you might just even be wondering whether this is what's happening with you. It's not, you have to be definite when you call. You're calling an advocate and having a discussion about what's going on in your life and getting some advice. And so the elder abuse hotline is 877-600-7166. And then if you just wanted to call an advocate about domestic violence, our hotline at the Domestic Violence Center is 661-259-4357. So it's 661-259-4357. It's a pleasure to have been on the show today.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sisters in time, Linda.
Sisters in time. We're working on it. I promise. I promise. Yes.
And we need to take a break. Thank you again, Linda.
Okay.
Very, very good discussion. And we look forward to having you on again in the near
Good.
future.
I always love coming on.
Oh, yes. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, KHTS.
Little Eye Leaders is the newest preschool in the Santa Clarita Valley. At Little Eye Leaders, our outstanding teachers lead with intellect, perspective, and heart. That means our programs provide a warm, nurturing atmosphere to meet the unique needs of each child. We believe that play is a powerful form of learning for young children. That's why our kids have every opportunity to learn through the magic and excitement of play. Parents, schedule a tour today by calling 303-0400 or online at littleeyeleaders.org.
There are many memorable restaurants in Santa Clarita, but 3 words stand out from the crowd. Mom can cook.
Mamá puede cocinar.
Mom can cook the best Thai food on this side of the planet.
Mama fait la cuisine.
No matter what language you use, Mom Can Cook says it all. Thai food at its finest, all your favorite dishes, and Mom's very own original specialties. Experience it on Soledad by the Canyon Country Post Office.
Mama, 요리가 좋으세요?
Mom Can Cook.
The Santa Clarita Artists Association has a new gallery in downtown Newhall on 6th Street between Main and Railroad, right across from the Canyon Theater Guild. The gallery features our members' paintings, sculptures, and one-of-a-kind handcrafted gift items. Whether you're an art lover, buyer, or an artist wishing to join, visit our website at santaclaritaartist.org, come to our free monthly meetings at Barnes & Noble, or stop by the gallery. For upcoming events and exhibits, check us out at santaclaritaartist.org. We make visual art visible.
The magic of the Christmas season comes to life on stage with Santa Clarita Ballet's production of The Nutcracker. This captivating and thoroughly entertaining holiday classic, performed by Santa Clarita Ballet, features characters that delight audiences. Travel with Mary and her Nutcracker to the land of sweets, where she meets the Sugar Plum Fairy. Performances run Saturday, December 16th through Sunday, December 17th at Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center at COC. Call 251-0366 or visit santaclaritaballet.net.
Mission Valley Bank puts the community in community banking. They strive to be your most trusted bank. Mission Valley Bank is happy to sponsor KHTS Holiday Music. Happy holidays!
KHTS Holiday Music also brought to you by Chiquita Canyon.
From all of us at Chiquita Canyon, we'd like to wish you and your family a happy, prosperous holiday season. This year, Chiquita Canyon is proud to sponsor holiday music on your local hometown station, KHTS. Happy holidays.
This holiday season, Party Homes has a special gift for homebuyers. Shiny new appliances, merry and bright. Right now, during our Home for the Holidays event, when you buy a new move-in ready home at Arista or Verano before December 31st, we'll outfit your new home with a brand new GE washer, dryer, and French door refrigerator. Don't wait. This special offer ends December 31st, 2017. Visit partyhomes.com/home for the holidays for the holidays for details.
At Advanced Audiology, we know how important hearing is to you, your loved ones, your work success, your safety, and your ability to stay in the game. Most people won't admit hearing loss to themselves or others. We make it easy for you. Today's digital hearing aids come in a variety of styles, including invisible. All feature-rich, providing unparalleled hearing quality, wearing comfort, and automation that simplifies your life. Don't be fooled by our imitators. There's only one Advanced Audiology with the purple sign next to AAA on Valencia Boulevard.
KHTS Breaking News.
KHTS is continuing its coverage of the Rye Fire, the Creek Fire, the Skirball Fire, and the Thomas Fire. Go to HometownStation.com for the latest photos, videos, and information about these 4 fires and any other breaking news. You can also go to Facebook.com/KHTS Radio for all the latest updates as well.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, KHTS. And our guest now is Nola Aronson of Advanced Audiology, and you're one of our very important sponsors.
Oh, thank
Welcome.
you. I'm glad I'm important to somebody.
Good to
Of
see
course you are.
again.
Yes. good
Not
to
just
see
to
you
us, to
too.
the community.
Yes.
Nola,
Too.
30 years you're here. 30
Yeah,
years of
30
helping the
years.
community out and stepping forward. You know, everything you've done that we have seen has been outstanding. So, you know, if people don't appreciate you, we certainly do. And I know the community does as well. But, you know, our seniors suffer from lots of medical problems. And one of the big medical problems, of course, is they can't hear. And that changes their whole life when they cannot. I mean, it isolates them. It makes them seem as if they don't have their senses there, and they are labeled as having dementia. All these things start to happen when, you know, a function of their body deteriorates, and hearing is a big problem. So how with who are our seniors are listening, how do you now look at patients that we send to you that are, you know, might have hearing problems? How do you handle them? Where do you go with them to help them solve their problems?
Okay, so first of all, most people that have hearing problems don't want to admit that they have a hearing problem.
That's true.
So that's number one.
What?
Oh, yes.
That's the name of my new book, you know. It's called What?
What? Question mark, exclamation point.
Anyway, and the thing is, there is such a big misconception about hearing aids. I hate that word, so I'll say hearing devices now.
Yes.
Now, the thing is, in the old days, only old people, quote, got hearing aids. For some reason, they thought that. But they were big and they were bulky, and they, you know, so the first comment most people say to me that, you know, I say you need a baseline hearing test at least by the age of 50, just like you get baselines of every other part of your body. Mm-hmm. You should get a baseline hearing screening at 50. But people go, oh, no, my hearing's just fine. And then the spouse is saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. Anyway, because the real reason is because they have this preconceived idea in their head what hearing devices look like. And nowadays, you cannot see them at all. And plus, they come in different colors, so you can even have fun with them so that they match your hair or whatever you want to do. Some people's favorite color is purple, and like me, and they get purple hearing aids.
And purple hair.
And purple hair, yeah. You can do whatever you want nowadays. So anyway, but even if you don't have hair, I have a lot of people who are bald. And my own husband doesn't have much hair, and he has an 85% hearing loss. And he goes out and visits all the doctors, and not one person ever says, oh, you wear hearing aids? So nobody ever notices it. Mm-hmm. But what people don't realize is they do notice when you don't wear them.
Mm-hmm.
So your hearing loss is more conspicuous than any hearing aid possible.
Absolutely. It absolutely
And if you don't want to look old and you have a hearing loss, then you better get a hearing device if that's what works for you.
because you will look old when you go, what? Huh? You will start looking older.
Right.
So people, stop fooling yourselves. Just take care of your health. That's number one. So number two, the next question is, but they're so expensive. I don't want to spend money on that. I've just heard they're so expensive. Okay. So yes, when you get a hearing aid from a private practice audiologist such as myself or my clinic, Advanced Audiology, the price is higher. Now, the reason the price is higher is because we give full service and we make sure that it is functioning for you in your specific needs. So we spend a lot of time. So I'm going to give you an example of a patient just in today, and maybe they're listening because I told them I was going to be on the radio when I left. And he was telling me that he has United Healthcare. Now, United Healthcare has their own hearing aid company, believe it or not.
Really?
And they have hearing aids made from different parts of different companies, and we don't even know what they are. So they are only like $800 each. So now I've spent 3 months working with this patient because he has a very unusual hearing loss. And I've spent time listening to him and getting it right, to the point today he finally bought them, but it took 3 months. Now, another patient with the same problem, with the same hearing loss, might react totally differently to the same exact hearing aids. But it all depends on what it sounds like once it goes in their ear. So this company, you can get these hearing aids, sometimes depending on your insurance policy, $300 a pair, $800 a pair, okay? You are not just buying a commodity. But you know what you have to do? And he even told me. He called, he asked all the questions. He told me, you call, you have to fax in or email in your hearing test that you get from a person like myself. Mm-hmm. Then they program hearing aids for you, and they send them back through the mail with a video showing you how to put them in. Now, I would not have to spend 3 months with somebody to make sure the sound quality was right for them if all you had to do was take the hearing test and program a hearing aid.
That's right.
So he said to them, well, what happens if it's not sounding right? Well, there's this place all the way in Burbank, and they're there sometimes, but you'll have to wait for an appointment. Mm-hmm. And then they might be able to adjust it for you. That's what he was told. Then they said, or you could just send it back to us and tell us what the problem is, and we'll send it back. So now you'll be without hearing aids even more. So,
oh my goodness. And then there's no guarantee that they're correct.
Right. There's not guarantee that they're correct, that they're comfortable, that they even have the sound quality.
Yes.
So don't be fooled about price. This is a medical device. And it's not like eyeglasses where you get your prescription and you put your eyeglasses on. Maybe you need one slight adjustment. It doesn't work like that when it comes to hearing aids. So the thing is, okay, but you say, okay, but I don't have the budget for that. Well, that's not true. We have hearing aids available at every single person's budget. So, because it's the holidays, we offered a Black Friday special. But if say you heard this at K-Hits Radio, I am going to give you my holiday special. And that is a pair, buy one hearing aid, get one free. Now, most people say off of the manufacturer's suggested retail price, which nobody ever charges that. So I'm going to tell you, you can buy one and get one free at my everyday low prices on top-of-the-line hearing aids that give you the quality of sound in a noisy environment. So like I'm saying, If I sell a pair of hearing aids for $7,000, you can have the pair for $3,500. If I sell a pair of hearing aids for $5,000, you can have them for $2,500 for a pair, not each. Okay, this is just for this holiday because I believe that I want people to hear better for the holiday season.
Quality of life.
Quality of life, enjoy your family.
Absolutely.
Don't miss out on the conversations. Don't stop doing the things that you love to do. It's not necessary. And the other greatest thing in the state of California is there's always a 45-day trial period on hearing aids. So when you leave my office and I tell you you have a hearing loss and then you say to me, well, I'll have to think about it. You know what? There's nothing to think about because you don't even know. So we give you the hearing aids. We let you try them out at your home, in your own environment. We make adjustments for you if that didn't work out just right. You didn't even have to purchase anything yet. Well, maybe we are going to change the quality of your life. If we do not change the quality of your life, we don't want you to keep them anyway. You don't need them. Okay? So give it a chance and have a happy holiday. So some other really good news that just happened is I bought a special machine that just was developed. Now, how many of you out there have ringing in your ears? And you've been told you have tinnitus or tinnitus, whichever way you want to say it. Okay, well, I just bought a new machine called a tonometer. And what the tonometer does is it will measure the frequency and the loudness of your ringing in your ears.
How does it do that?
It's a very broad spectrum. It's like an audiometer, actually, you know, that what we give the hearing tests on. It's a little box, and it will present tones, and you just, in different frequency ranges, and then you just tell the
I see. It doesn't detect it. It allows the individual to say, this is the pitch and this is the loudness of it.
Right.
Okay, I see.
Interesting.
So it makes it more precise. So then when you go to fit a hearing aid, then you know what frequency that you're trying to match or distract the person from. Because all hearing aids now have a tinnitus feature in them. They either have Zen music to relax you from your tinnitus, or they have white noise, different types of white noises.
Okay,
But
white noise is?
Like a static, like a shh type noise.
At the same pitch and the same level?
Well, what it does is
the tinnitus.
Right, so that
I
it
see.
habituates you to the tinnitus.
So it nullifies that ring.
Yeah.
So the hearing aid will nullify your tinnitus.
Correct.
Wow.
Now, that's not 100%, okay?
But it
Because
is a
we
machine
do
that
not-
can allow you to get information that might help with that, though.
Might help, yes. We have to keep the might in there
Okay.
because there is no cure for tinnitus. Okay, there's only help.
Mm-hmm.
But we used to say, oh, just forget about it. There's nothing we can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
And now we will experiment with this machine and try to help you even more, but we will not guarantee that we can help you. But we can be more precise. And I haven't tried it yet. So is there anybody out there that would like to come in and try my new machine for me at no charge, just for the beginning until we get to see how the machine works?
And this is to nullify the tinnitus.
Hopefully.
That constant ringing in your ears. I get it every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's not very often, but it's really distracting. You know?
80% of my patients that come in are more disturbed by the tinnitus than a hearing loss. And we have been trying to come up with something that can help people with this. So what I say is ring out the new year and ring in the good stuff.
That sounds great. Ring in the new and ring out the old.
Right.
Yes.
Ring in the new, ring out the old. That's a good one.
right.
Can you write that for me, please?
Ring in the old, ring out the new. That sounds good.
But it's called white noise, or
Well, there's different types of white noise. Like
I see. As opposed to a white
There's
Christmas.
a pink noise. There's green noise, and there's beach noises and ocean sounds and all different types of things available to try out. And hopefully we can help more people, because it is a very prevalent problem when it comes to people with hearing loss. And so if you would like to be part of this new machine and see how it works, you can call us at 661-253-3277. We are Advanced Audiology on Valencia Boulevard, next to AAA, in the Owen Patterson Troop 21 Century building.
That was a mouthful.
Yeah, it was.
But I'm curious as to how patients will do with this as you start to get adept at it and try it on individuals here in Santa Clarita. I'm curious as how we might be able to eliminate the white noise, using white noise to be able to improve their hearing and their quality of life.
Yeah.
So you got to keep us updated on that as well.
Yep, that will be for the new year. We will tell you, hopefully we get enough people to try this out on so we can see how it does work. As I said, no promises, but there is hope that we can do this.
Good. Okay, we need to take another break. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, KHTS.
Drugs or alcohol abuse can tear a family apart. In Santa Clarita, just like everywhere else, it's an epidemic. The Way Out Recovery is here to help. Call them now at 296-4444 or visit them on the web at thewayoutrocoveryscv.com. The Way Out offers outpatient treatment for adolescents, adults, and family members. The Way Out is compassionate, caring, professional, and confidential. You and your family don't have to suffer any longer. Call The Way Out Recovery now, 296-4444, or visit thewayoutrocoveryscv.com and make an appointment. Asking for help is the first step.
The Santa Clarita Artists Association has a new gallery in downtown Newhall on 6th Street between Main and Railroad, right across from the Canyon Theater Guild. The gallery features our members' paintings, sculptures, and one-of-a-kind handcrafted gift items. Whether you're an art lover, buyer, or an artist wishing to join, visit our website at santaclaritaartist.org, come to our free monthly meetings at Barnes & Noble, or stop by the gallery. For upcoming events and exhibits, check us out at santaclaritaartist.org. We make visual art visible.
La Esmeralda is home to truly authentic Mexican food. This family-owned restaurant prides itself on its fresh-to-order menu. Even the tortillas are made in-house. If you have a taste for sizzling fajitas, menudo, flautas, or ceviche, you have to try La Esmeralda's Mexican and seafood restaurant. Dine in or order out for the most authentic Mexican food Santa Clarita has to offer. Their Taco Tuesday? It'll turn you into a regular. La Esmeralda on Bouquet at Haskell.
Frontier Toyota has teamed up with the Santa Clarita Sheriffs for this year's Holiday Toy Drive. Spread joy to a child by bringing a new toy to Frontier Toyota on Valencia Boulevard and Creekside. Test drive Frontier Toyota's most enticing new models, including the exciting 2018 Camry. Join KHTS on Wednesday, December 6th as we kick off the holiday season with choruses from throughout our Santa Clarita schools. The Santa Clarita Sheriff Toy Drive and Frontier Toyota, a tradition of giving back to Santa Clarita.
The Las Vegas shooting created awareness for all of us. Awareness to upgrade security at concerts. Awareness for clearly marked exit signs. Awareness on how to evacuate safely. And awareness to have tighter hotel security. The law offices of Owen Patterson Owen are working diligently with Las Vegas victims to prevent future tragedies from occurring, as well as protecting the rights of Las Vegas victims to receive financial assistance for their ordeal. If you know someone impacted by the shooting, visit opolaw.com. That's opolaw.com.
At Advanced Audiology, we know how important hearing is to you, your loved ones, your work success, your safety, and your ability to stay in the game. Most people won't admit hearing loss to themselves or others. We make it easy for you. Today's digital hearing aids come in a variety of styles, including invisible. All feature-rich, providing unparalleled hearing quality, wearing comfort, and automation that simplifies your life. Don't be fooled by our imitators. There's only one Advanced Audiology with the purple sign next to AAA on Valencia Boulevard.
Our face takes the brunt of each day. The wind, the sun, the dust, not to mention all that stuff we put on it. So why get a facial? If your face is too dry or oily, or you're constantly looking for ways to cover up blemishes, a facial by Ann will help. Facials by Ann is a deep cleansing treatment. Her facials are designed to eliminate clogged pores, blackheads, and other impurities affecting the overall health of your skin. Facials by Ann. Book your appointment today, 250-8340.
KHTS Breaking News.
KHTS is continuing its coverage of the Rye Fire, the Creek Fire, the Skirball Fire, and the Thomas Fire. Go to HometownStation.com for the latest photos, videos, and information about these 4 fires and any other breaking news. You can also go to Facebook.com/KHTS Radio for all the latest updates as well.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, KHTS. And we're speaking with Nola Aronson of Advanced Audiology, one of our very important sponsors.
Mm-hmm. And, we were talking earlier about how our seniors, they complain about the tinnitus, but they don't complain about their hearing loss. And one of the reasons why is they don't realize that they're having a hearing problem. And they always will put it by the side, but then it starts affecting their quality of life, and their loved ones around them realize that it's a big problem. They can't hear. And so I sense and feel that those who are suffering, most of them are not listening to our show because they can't hear it.
Right.
But their loved ones and their caregivers are. And they're the ones that are going to have to explain to these seniors that, you got a hearing problem.
It's funny because you
Me?
talk
What?
You talk about seniors, okay? Now, we have 3 seniors sitting right here. Now, when I hear the word seniors, unfortunately, I think of my grandmother.
Old people.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Old people.
Now, none of us are old here. Mm-hmm. In our minds or the way we think or the way we act.
Absolutely.
And that's why, I felt it was so important to support the new building or the new senior center because that's, I'm a senior.
Mm-hmm.
That's me going to use that building. We've got to start thinking about seniors as, young people.
Viable and having quality of life.
Right. And
exactly.
Still, maybe a lot of us are still working.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Barbara, even though you're older, you're still working. You're still out there. You're still in the community. You still keep yourself so young. You still, age has nothing to do with it, really.
No, that's true.
And so it's more and more important in this new year and towards the end of this year that you just get a baseline for your hearing. You get your eyes checked, you get your teeth checked, you get your heart checked.
Mm-hmm.
How many, I'm sure you do because you've been around me for many years, but how many doctors actually ask or test their patients' hearing?
They don't.
No.
And that's why we have Stephen Leteau, who happens to be my husband also and have an 85% hearing loss, but he goes out to the doctor's offices and asks, can I test people while they're waiting for you in your waiting room?
Mm-hmm.
And he has quite a few doctors now, 5 doctors letting him do that.
Oh, that's
and
wonderful.
He's finding so many people that have a problem, and then we're helping them if they'll come in.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And then we help them, and then we let the doctor know, look how many people we've connected with for you.
That's right.
And that makes the doctor look good, too, because he's checking all the parts of the body. So anyway, I just want to say really quick again. So now we have the tonometer to try if you have ringing in your ears. We have the buy one, get one free option for the holidays so you can hear your family at the holiday table. And that is all happening at Advanced Audiology, which is on Valencia Boulevard. We are the ones with the purple sign. We are next to AAA, and we are in the Owen Patterson Troop Building. Our phone number is 661-253-EARS or 661-253-3277. Please tell the people that answer my phone that you heard it on KHTS radio. And everything will be free for the visit.
Great, Nola. Thanks for being on the show and helping our seniors out again in our community. And there's no doubt that your involvement here has changed people's quality of life and improved it. Thank you so much.
Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy Holidays to you.
Thank you. We are sponsored by Advanced Audiology and Comfort Keepers in Home Care. Listen to us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.